I'm Marina and we are here to find out how much people on this university, the University of Michigan, know about Planned Parenthood. Let's go. What is your opinion on Planned Parenthood?
I think Planned Parenthood is really important.
I think it's pretty necessary because, being a parent, requires that responsibility.
Yeah, I think it's important.
Okay.
I think it's important.
Important?
Yeah, I'm supportive of it. I think it does a lot of work.
I think Planned Parenthood is incredible.
For it?
Yes.
Good?
Yeah, I'm very favorite.
All for Planned Parenthood.
I think it's a very basic, very simple institution that is necessary to support women's health across the country.
Give out advice to young girls and stuff.
I think it's very important.
I think it's actually a pretty good service.
I think it's a good thing. I think it's currently in danger. And I think living on a liberal campus, I'm in the majority opinion.
I think it provides a lot of good resources for students.
In favor? In favor?
Yes.
In favor?
Absolutely.
In favor?
Absolutely.
I think it's good that they have it. The only thing I don't agree with is the abortion part.
Very much need it. I feel like we should fund it.
I'm for it. Pro Planned Parenthood.
Bill?
Absolutely.
You got a bill.
I think it's fine.
Some people were really supportive, but some people not so much.
I'm not against having reproductive health,
Right.
women's health, but
Okay.
I have a feeling that there's some kind of
So just a bad feeling.
I have a bad feeling. They seem to claim that they're providing this enormous spectrum of women's health services.
Right.
Parenthood that did this called and said, "Can I get an ultrasound?" And the response from quite a number of clinics was, "Not unless you're having abortion services."
Hate it.
Hate it.
They're probably pretty much the Antichrist.
I support Planned Parenthood if it were not such a hypocritical, serial lying organization, because of the fact that even if they killed or were responsible for killing one baby, that's priceless and it's wrong.
Do you know what it is? No idea. Never heard of it.
I'm not really informed about it. I'm fairly apathetic, but I've just heard a lot of bad news.
I actually have no idea what Planned Parenthood is.
I don't know. I'm not as informed about it as I should be.
No idea.
You don't know what it is. Have you ever heard of it?
I think it's great if parents plan.
Do you support government funding for Planned Parenthood?
Yep.
Yeah?
Yeah, totally.
Support government funding.
Government funding?
I don't think that is something that should be defunded.
It's costly, tax benefit, tax dollars.
Right.
However, I feel providing support is a much more efficient way of giving back to the community.
Yes, I do, because I do think Planned Parenthood can, achieve their goals without government funding.
Right.
So, yeah, it's very crucial.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like it should be provided to people that maybe can't afford it.
Yes, absolutely. But I feel like no matter what, even if the government funds it, we're paying for it through taxes.
I don't think politics should hinder people from getting the medical care that they need. And so I think it's an incredible organization, and they should get the government should fund them. Yeah, I think it's the government's responsibility to fund parenthood and reproductive health.
But they put all their money into a big pot, and it's very hard because they don't keep an accounting of this dollar is for abortion, this dollar is for contraceptives.
Government funding goes to Planned Parenthood, and they provide abortions. I don't know if it's directly related.
Do you think that the money that the government provides to Planned Parenthood should go towards abortions?
I think of the abortions and all of that, but I think really what they need to look at is all the good it does to mature women about cancer research.
It provides so much more than just abortion options, so I think that they should be.
Okay.
I think they're a good resource.
I'm not sure if they provide abortion
Okay, not sure.
Yeah.
And if they did, would that change your mind? How do you feel about that? No?
You should support it. It's not all about abortions.
We were watching a video on Facebook actually. It was talking about most of the money goes to abortion.
I think it shouldn't be funded by the government because who's the government? We are. And if you are pro-life rather than pro-abortion, you shouldn't be using tax dollars to fund something that you find is basically infanticide or murder.
Hi, I'm Ruth Lednicer. I'm the Director of Communications and Media for Planned Parenthood of Michigan. So waking up the day after the election was a little like everyone had to take a deep breath and wonder what was ahead of us. But the nice thing that's happened, honestly, the silver lining in this whole thing is the outpouring of support that we've gotten. The number of people in pink hats and pink shirts showing up and protesting on our behalf and showing up at town hall meetings to let their elected officials know they believe in us has made us feel like we're going to win this. It makes us realize that people do appreciate what we do, even if they've never used us. But the reality is 1 in 5 women in this country have used Planned Parenthood. So it's 20% of our population. You know, surprisingly, I think everyone thinks first and foremost we do birth control, which we do. I mean, that is one of our highest reason for people visiting. But actually, it's STI testing. It's people coming to get tested for sexually transmitted diseases. Overall, I'd love for everyone to realize how much we are there for people who in many cases have nowhere else to go. The defunding challenge that's ahead of us right now with the federal government is really as simple as the federal government wants to be able to say to Medicaid patients, which are low-income patients, that they can't come to us. In many areas, especially in Michigan, we are the only healthcare provider in rural areas or in areas where people have no other Medicaid providers. So we're kind of crucial. We're smart enough to know that people are not going to live by abstinence alone, so we want you to come in, we want you to get birth control, we want you to get tested, make sure that you're healthy. Obviously the elephant in the room is the fact that we do perform abortion, not at every one of our health centers, but in a number of our health centers across the state. That is something we make available to women. It is a legal medical procedure that women have a right to access, but there are people who don't agree with it. The best thing we can do is give women, arm women with the ability to control the reproduction, to do everything they can do to not get pregnant if they don't want to be. But the reality is, birth control fails sometimes too. Women are raped. As my friend I was telling you about in high school who got pregnant, it was date rape. It happens. So we have to give women the option to decide what's best for their lives. They don't want to see tax dollars used for abortion. It's not. There's a law in place called the Hyde Amendment, which says that federal tax dollars cannot be used to pay for abortion, so they don't. The only money we get from the federal government at Planned Parenthood is reimbursements for services that we give to Medicaid patients or Title X patients. An undercover video that was completely fake news. I mean, that was really them going in, pretending to be people who used fetal tissue for research, which some Planned Parenthood, not Michigan, I think there's 2 in the whole state that actually did work with people who did fetal tissue research to provide them with the woman's consent if she wanted her fetal tissue to be donated. We are audited every year twice by both the federal government and by our own audit to make sure that the money goes where we say it goes. So you'll hear people say, oh, well, they can use that money to pay for abortion. We don't. Abortion patients pay for their abortion. Medicaid patients come in and pay for everything except abortion through Medicaid, and that's the federal dollars we get. It'd be really easy for us to say, well, we're just going to worry about our issue and our topic and our patients. But our patients have other issues. Our patients are Muslim immigrants. Our patients are African American women who are single. I mean, we have patients who have all the other issues, all the other threats that they're under. So we have made a very conscious decision to talk about making sure we're standing with all those other groups.
I had an amazing experience with Planned Parenthood. I've actually been several times. It's where I go to get all of my healthcare needs. Everyone there is always very friendly, very nice, very understanding. They create a very safe environment to talk about women's health. I'm on my family's health insurance plan, but because my family is more conservative, my parents do not believe that birth control should be included in healthcare, so I have to go elsewhere. Even though it was provided under Obamacare, it is no longer provided, but I go to Planned Parenthood and I get my birth control through them. I was actually recommended by my own sister to go to Planned Parenthood. She follows the same philosophy that I do. When she went to college, she realized that she needed to be on birth control based on her lifestyle, despite what our parents believe and suggested. So she went to Planned Parenthood and got the help that she needed, and she recommended that I do the same when I go to college. And so because of the amazing experiences that I have had, I will absolutely continue to encourage people, to encourage young women and men even, to go to Planned Parenthood, because it really is it's an informative service. It not only teaches you, but it protects you, and it preserves your life and your health for a nice, happy, long life.